Hey fitness fanatics! Tired of the same old glute routines? Squats and bridges getting boring? Well, today I'm shaking things up. We're diving into 20 unique glute exercises that'll challenge you in new ways and sculpt that booty. Let's get started. 1. Glute ham raises, GHR. A powerful exercise that targets the hamstrings and gluteus maximus, emphasizing the posterior chain. Muscles involved: gluteus maximus, hamstrings, erector spinae. Form cues: position thighs on the pad, lower torso while keeping back straight. Squeeze glutes and hamstrings at the top. Control the descent to avoid injury. A powerful exercise that targets your hamstrings and gluteus maximus. Position your thighs on the pad, lower your torso while keeping your back straight. Squeeze those glutes and hamstrings at the top and control the descent. 1. Nordic hamstring curls. An advanced eccentric exercise that focuses on hamstring and glute strength. Muscles involved: hamstrings, gluteus maximus. Form cues: kneel on the bench or pillow. Anchor feet, slowly lower torso towards the ground. Use hands for assistance if needed. Push back up using hamstrings and glutes. An advanced exercise focusing on hamstring and glute strength. Kneel on the pad or bench. Anchor your feet and slowly lower your torso. Use your hands for assistance if needed, then push back up using your hamstrings and glutes. 1. Deficit reverse lunges. Reverse lunges performed from a raised surface, increasing the range of motion and glute activation. Muscles involved: gluteus maximus, quadriceps, hamstrings. Form cues: stand on a raised surface, step back into a deep lunge, ensure front knee doesn't extend past toes, maintain balance throughout. Perform reverse lunges from a raised surface to increase range of motion and glute activation. Step back into a deep lunge, ensure your front knee doesn't extend past your toes, and maintain balance. Curtsy lunges, a lunge variation that targets the glutes from a unique angle, emphasizing the gluteus medius. Muscles involved: gluteus maximus, gluteus medius, quadriceps. Form cues: step back and behind the opposite leg, lower deeply. Keep front knee aligned with toes, maintain an upright posture. Target your glutes from a unique angle. Step back and behind the opposite leg, lower deeply. Keep your front knee aligned with your toes and maintain an upright posture. 1. Cable pull-throughs, a hip extension exercise that engages the glutes and hamstrings, promoting hip hinge mechanics. Muscles involved: gluteus maximus, hamstrings, lower back. Form cues: stand with feet shoulder width apart, hinge at the hips, pull the rope through legs, squeeze glutes at the top, maintain a neutral spine. Engage the glutes and hamstrings while promoting hip hinge mechanics. Stand with your feet shoulder width apart, hinge at the hips, pull the rope through your legs, and squeeze your glutes at the top. 1. Single leg glute bridges, foot elevated. Glute bridges performed with one foot elevated, increasing instability and glute activation. Muscles involved: gluteus maximus, hamstrings, core. Form cues: place one foot on a bench, drive hips up while squeezing glutes, maintain balance, lower hips with control. Increase stability and glute activation. Place one foot on a bench, drive your hips up while squeezing your glutes, and maintain balance. Emphasize the glute squeeze. 1. Frog pumps, a glute-focused exercise that emphasizes the glute squeeze at the top of the movement. Muscles involved: gluteus maximus. Form cues: lie on back, feet together, knees wide. Drive hips up while squeezing glutes. Hold for a moment at the top. Lie on your back, feet together, knees wide, and drive your hips up while squeezing your glutes. 1. Cable hip abductions, standing. An isolation exercise that targets the gluteus medius and minimus. Muscles involved: gluteus medius, gluteus minimus. Form cues: stand tall, attach ankle cuff, abduct leg out to the side, control the movement, avoid swinging. Target your gluteus medius and minimus. Stand tall, attach the ankle cuff, abduct your leg to the side, and avoid swinging. Increase resistance and range of motion. Place weight on your hips, feet on a bench, drive your hips up while squeezing your glutes, and control the descent. 1. Kettlebell sumo deadlifts, a wide stance deadlift variation that emphasizes the glutes and inner thighs. Muscles involved: gluteus maximus, hamstrings, quadriceps, adductors. Form cues: wide stance, hinge at the hips, keep back straight, drive through heels, squeeze glutes at the top. Emphasize your glutes and inner thighs. Wide stance, hinge at the hips, keep your back straight, drive through your heels, and squeeze your glutes at the top. 1. Pistol squats, assisted, unassisted. An advanced single leg exercise that challenges the glutes and requires significant balance and strength. Muscles involved: gluteus maximus, quadriceps, hamstrings, core. Form cues: control the descent, use assistance if needed, maintain balance, drive back up through the heel. Challenge your glutes with significant balance and strength. Control the descent, use assistance if needed, maintain balance and drive back up through the heel. 1. Seated banded hip abductions, external rotation. A seated exercise that targets the gluteus medius with added external rotation. Muscles involved: gluteus medius, gluteus minimus. Form cues: place a band around thighs, abduct and rotate legs outward, squeeze glutes at the end range. Target gluteus medius. Place a band around your thighs, abduct and rotate legs outward and squeeze your glutes. 1. Glute medius kickbacks, external rotation. A kickback variation that targets the gluteus medius with added external rotation. Muscles involved: gluteus medius, gluteus maximus. Form cues: on all fours, kick back and rotate leg outward, squeeze glutes at the top, control the movement. On all fours, kick back and rotate your leg outward, and squeeze your glutes. 1. Engage inner thighs. 2. Target your gluteus medius. 1. Elevated feet glute bridge, adduction squeeze. Glute bridges performed with feet elevated and a squeeze of a ball between the knees, adding inner thigh engagement. Muscles involved: gluteus maximus, hamstrings, adductors. Form cues: place a ball between knees, feet elevated, drive hips up while squeezing glutes and inner thighs. Place a ball between your knees, feet elevated, drive your hips up while squeezing your glutes and inner thighs. 1. Walking lunges with overhead reach, a dynamic lunge variation that integrates core and upper body engagement. Muscles involved: gluteus maximus, quadriceps, hamstrings, core, shoulders. Form cues: lunge forward, reach arms overhead, maintain balance, keep core engaged, integrate core and upper body. Lunge forward, reach arms overhead, maintain balance, and keep your core engaged. 1. Single leg Romanian deadlift, knee drive. A single leg RDL with an added knee drive, increasing hip flexor and glute engagement. Muscles involved: gluteus maximus, hamstrings, core, hip flexors. Form cues: hinge at the hips, drive knee up at the top, maintain balance, control the descent, increase hip flexor and glute engagement. Hinge at the hips, drive your knee up, maintain balance, and control the descent. Emphasize glute engagement. 1. Jefferson curls, a posterior chain stretch and glute engagement exercise, emphasizing controlled spinal flexion and extension. Muscles involved: gluteus maximus, hamstrings, erector spinae. Form cues: slowly roll down vertebrae by vertebrae, engage glutes on the way up, maintain control throughout. Slowly roll down vertebrae by vertebrae, engage your glutes on the way up, maintain control. 1. Pendulum lunges, a dynamic lunge variation that combines forward and backward lunge motions. Muscles involved: gluteus maximus, quadriceps, hamstrings. Form cues: alternate forward and backward lunges, control the movement, maintain balance. Combine forward and backward lunges, alternate forward and backward lunges, control the movement, and maintain balance. 1. Glute bridges with isometric abduction, band. Glute bridges performed with a resistance band around the thighs, holding abduction at the top for isometric contraction. Muscles involved: gluteus maximus, gluteus medius, hamstrings. Form cues: place a band around thighs, hold abduction at the top of the bridge, squeeze glutes. Hold abduction at the top for isometric contraction. 1. Reverse banded hyperextensions. Hyperextensions performed with a resistance band for added resistance. Muscles involved: gluteus maximus, hamstrings, erector spinae. Form cues: place resistance band around your back and perform hyperextensions. Squeeze glutes at the top. Place a band around your thighs, hold abduction at the top, and squeeze your glutes. Add resistance. And there you have it. 20 unique glute exercises to spice up your workouts. Try them out, let me know which ones you love, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with your workout buddies. See you in the next video.